Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to make this video because I just got done watching LovelyTi's video. And LovelyTi, if you ever watch this video, I want to thank you for making this video responding to. Let me highlight this so I can know where I'm coming back to. For responding to the whole alligator family incident and how you compared the two, and you talked about the hypocrisy of white society and how they, show sympathy towards the alligator family, yet they didn't show that same type of sympathy to the gorilla, the family that had the gorilla incident at the Cincinnati Zoo. Thanks for making a video, because a lot of people with that big platform like what you have, they don't like to talk about things like that because they feel it's too touchy, it's too sensitive and stuff like that. But I'm glad you're talking about it, because it needs to be talked about. And people are trying to excuse it and trying to make it sound like these are two different type of situations, when one situation, the Cincinnati Zoo, the parents weren't being outright irresponsible. Even the people, the government officials who were talking about, whether or not they were on press charges, they came to the conclusion that the mother wasn't being outright irresponsible. She didn't put her child in any danger at all. So they didn't want to charge her with anything. But in this case, with the whole Florida thing, the parents were being outright, blatantly irresponsible. Yet people aren't dragging these parents to the mud and calling for the blood at all. So I'm glad that you're talking about it and showing the hypocrisy of white society, mainly white society. There are black people who are just stupid. I'm just gonna put it like that. They're stupid and in denial to not realize that this is a bigger picture. One of those people is this guy right here. He said, "I think that the reason why everybody lost their shit over the gorilla and came for the parents was because the gorilla was endangered, and they killed it. But in the situation with the gorilla, with the alligator, the little boy is dead. I feel bad that the little boy is dead. All of this could have been avoided." Yeah, all of it could have been avoided. In this case, the whole gorilla thing, yeah, it could have been avoided if the child was older. But at that young age, you really don't make good decisions when it comes to critical decision making. But this one was definitely avoidable. Like I said, this was just outright irresponsibility on the parents' part. Because what I didn't know is that there was actually no alligator signs down there in the resort. So the media, they try to spin off and make it seem like there were no signs saying alligators when there actually was. They just try to make it seem like it was just no swimming signs, so that the parents won't look so irresponsible by letting their child go into water where there could possibly be alligators. But anyway, so yeah, this guy, he's a fucking idiot. He's a coon. I called him out straight up, because what I wrote to him is that sounds like a coon to me. And danger or not, murder is murder. I'm talking about the killing of Harambee and the alligator, because even though lowland gorillas are in danger, there are 100,000 of them, enough to easily to sustain the population. And killing one of them, like I said, killing one of them to save a child's life will not destroy the population. The population won't cease to exist just because they killed one gorilla that will never be released to the wild, because most animals that are born, I believe Harambee was born in the zoo, because they have a picture of him when he was a baby, when he was first born. So gorillas, any animal who is born in the zoo, they do not let them go into the wild. So Harambee was never going to go back and repopulate back in the wild. And anyways, just killing one gorilla to save a child is not going to destroy or make all gorillas go extinct. But they were acting like that, you know what I'm saying? But killing 5 alligators, where's PETA at now? Where are all these other animal people at now? Where are these petitions at? Where's this witch hunt? Where's pulling up the parents' criminal history at? You know what I'm saying? You don't see this at all. And then when you bring up those points, they like to try to say, well, the white father doesn't have a criminal history. Bitch, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about if he does. Let's attempt to. Let's try to pull some shit up. Let's try to pull up the dirt on him, just like I tried to do with the father, who had nothing to do with the whole incident that unfolded at the zoo. They pulled up his criminal history from 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? As if that's gonna make him seem like he's a bad parent or that he's irresponsible. You know, and I'm glad that there was no charges put on them, because I mean, how could you? There's nothing there to try to pull these charges up on these people. You know, the gorilla incident. But you know, like a lot of people mentioned, I think it's very funny how the kid was attacked by the alligator. The child and his father was walking alone. When the sun was setting, the child got attacked by the alligator, yet all his pieces were intact. And the child was dragged into the water. Let me say this. Usually when crocodilians drag creatures into the water, they want to eat you. They're not going to just drop you. I have seen photos and videos of people being attacked and killed by alligators. And usually body parts are missing, or most of their body parts are inside of the alligator when they cut it open. So yeah, that's very suspicious to me. It's very fishy. But yeah, I caught this guy a coon straight up because he fails to realize the bigger picture, just like a lot of black people who buy into this whole thing. Oh, if you say anything bad about the family, you're insensitive and all this stuff. Y'all fail to see the bigger picture, that this bigger picture has to do with racism, double standards, and hypocrisy, which is, you know, basically double standards. You know, they fail to see that. The reason why we're bringing this up is not because we're being insensitive towards the kid and his family, but we're showing people the hypocrisy that this society has, and how they can hold black people accountable for our actions, but they won't hold white people accountable for their actions. They won't give them the same treatment they give us. And Red Pill wants to talk about there's an infantilization of black people. Shut the fuck up. These real life situations prove you wrong all the time. You dumbass. He's a fucking dumbass. I can just pull up news articles and slay his fucking argument on the infantilization of black people. Yeah, some black people do get away with crimes, but not at the rates of whites. And there's statistics to prove that whites get away with more crimes than blacks do. They get a slap on the wrist compared to blacks. So yeah, if you don't believe me, look at the whole Brock case. You know, the guy from, I think he's from somewhere in Ohio, how he raped an unconscious girl and he got a slap on the wrist, compared to this other football player a couple years ago who raped a girl while she was sleeping. Same situation, and he got like 25 years behind bars. Brock only got like a certain amount of, like 6 months behind bars, when he's only expected to serve 3, simply because of his age and because of his upbringing. So come on, tell me that this racist bullshit doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? But also, like, what's up, this dude, there's sisters in this comment section who has more of a fucking spine than he does. And it's true. I mean, when I went to this guy's page, he has videos and stuff. He has a little following. And this dude he's like weird. I think he's gay or some shit. And he doesn't sound American either. He sounds like he's probably from, like, he's Hispanic. He's definitely Hispanic. Something he's probably from the DR or Puerto Rico or something like that. But yeah, fucking coward coon. That's exactly what he is. I call him a Tom, Dick, and Coon. That's exactly what the fuck he is. But yeah, a lot of people in the comment section, at least they're awake. But there are these coons every now and then. The reason why I think he was upset, because this is an endangered animal. There are 100,000 of them. 100,000 of them. That's enough to fill up some of these people's cities out here. That's a bigger population than a lot of the fucking cities in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Except for the main cities. So they're not, I mean, even though they're critically, I mean, well, I don't think they're critically endangered. They're endangered, but not critically endangered. But it's not like they're going to go extinct anytime soon, because that's more than enough animals to sustain their population, period. So no, it has nothing to do with the gorilla being endangered. It was simply that the fact that a black child was killed in order, the gorilla was killed in order to save a black child. This has everything to do with race. And if people want to deny it, you can deny it all you want, but the proof is in the pudding. The facts are here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I have to say. I can't stand these coons at all. But once again, I want to thank LovelyTi for using her platform for, bringing up this hypocrisy. These these double standards that white society has, because everything black people do is demonized. But then when a white person do the same thing or something even worse, they're not demonized at all. So, yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Somebody just dropped it. Whatever, I'll read that kind of later. But, yeah. Talk to you guys later. Peace.